Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lou. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lou will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lou.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Breakthrough with Lou. It's Monday morning, and what an appropriate title this morning. Better late than never. Okay, we just switched the show to 7 o'clock to get the early birds, a little bit early risers, most of the early commute on earlier, and I get it. I'm up early anyway. And I got a little story for you. So this weekend had quite a large event, and I have horrible lighting. Stand by, guys. That's much better. I'm like, you don't want half of my facha. I've been taking my Spanish lessons. So what does that tell you? Don't want half of my face pulled off with the sun there. Plus, I'm a little sunburned. So on the note of better late than never, and this is kind of a little takeoff on this, this past weekend had a major event out in Mount Dora. So it was dark 30 in the morning till dark at night, and very little sleep, and the commute back and forth each day, and it was just absolutely amazing, but absolutely exhausted. So in the process of that, got a little sunburned yesterday and was exhausted getting home, but also managed to get bit by, I'm assuming, horseflies or something. And one of my calves is like ready to pop because it's so swollen and everything. And I'm like, oh my God. So I get to bed last night and I'm like, yeah, good. So I wake up at 5 and I was just like dozed back off to sleep. And here it is. Boom. By the time I got up, woke back up at 6, which was fine. It's fine. Normally get up anyway, or a few minutes before. I was really kind of dragging butt through the whole process of the cold plunge and everything this morning. And my leg really hurts and kind of dragging that around. And I'm like, oh man, I'm late for the show. I get out of the shower and I'm like, I'm going to be late. And I thought, you know what, better late than never. And I was like, what a message to share today. And what I'm really not talking about is starting the show a handful of minutes later this morning. What I am talking about is how many things in life are you currently, and everybody's at different stages and different ages, but how many areas are you going, oh, it's too late for that. Oh, it's too late for this. Oh, I should have done that when I was younger. Oh, I can't do that now. How many times you got yourself saying that? If you want to be honest, type it in the chats, guys, and ask me these questions. Let me make sure I have chat enabled on our main broadcast site. That's lou.live. That's a simple one, lew.live. But seriously, how many things do you convince yourself it's too late in life for? My God, it just blows my mind when somebody tells me, I'm 30 years old and haven't had kids and it might be too late. What? What do you mean 30 and it's too late? Tony Robbins just spit out a baby. Well, he didn't. His wife did. He just had a baby and he's like 60 years old. Okay? Life Boost Coffee. L for Life Boost or L for Lou. But seriously, too late to have a baby at 30. Is it too late to have a baby at 40? No, probably not these days, especially. 50? I don't know. That's up to you. 60? I mean, people are doing it. The only thing I would say, if you're in your upper years and you're going to have a baby, you better take darn good care of yourself so you're around for your child. That would be my caveat there, is not, oh, am I too old or is it too late to? And maybe is it too late to if you don't take care of yourself and you're going to croak when your child's 5. That wouldn't be cool. But if if you got a good longevity ready to go and you live healthy, etc., do it. Do whatever it is. Same thing with starting a business. Colonel Sanders is an amazing example of that. Dude was in his 60s before he even started to do the business. And look where he wound up. And I'm not, saying that you should go out and eat Kentucky grease fried chicken. Okay? Now, that stuff is delicious, but that wouldn't be something I would recommend on a normal dietary basis. But the man became extremely successful when most people would have said, you're too old for that. And not only was he, quote unquote, too old, he was kind of like lacking it. He didn't have a formal business education. He just went out and did it. Okay. So it's like that with anything. The other thing is, it just blows my mind. You guys know I like to do the OCR races, mud races, if y'all are going, what is an OCR race? It blows my mind when people half my age, or well, maybe not half, but younger people than me go, oh, I can't do that. I'm too old to do that stuff. Like, come on now. Are you really too old to do it, or are you just using that as an excuse? I think if that's today's message, guys, what it really is you can't use it's too late, I'm too old, as an excuse anymore. We live in a world, and in a new world now. There's a lot of ambiguity to that new world comment. But to me, the new world means you're unlimited. You have tools at your fingertips. My Lord, cell phones. I mean, seriously, when you think about it, they're not. We think everyday life involves the cell phone. Everything revolves around the cell phone. Cell phones are not that old, especially smartphones. They haven't been around that long. What did people do before them? But what I'm saying is, if you think you don't have opportunity or it's too late to do something, you have the power in your pocket when you pick up your cell phone, your smartphone, that is more powerful than the technology that put a man on the moon. In your pocket. And then I still hear somebody say, it's too late for me to start a business. I'm too old to do this. Oh, it's too late for me to get in shape. It's too late for me to have a child. Oh my God, no. That is the thing. That is the kiss of death to success for you. If you say it's too late to do something, you're going to wipe out any possibility of success in that area. And that's what's so cool about the world we live in today, is we have so much more opportunity, so much more technology that, if somebody said to you, maybe 20, 30 years ago, hey, I'm going to go back to school to be an attorney or a doctor, and they were 40, you'd have been like, are you crazy? It's going to take you 6, 7 years of schooling, and then you're going to be, oh my God, no, don't do that. Now, with the speed and rapid ability to learn, somebody could totally turn their world around in a year and develop a whole new career, if not faster, or start a whole new business. Okay? And same thing with on this it's too late thing. There's people who have, didn't get married or didn't have, that special relationship, and they're like, oh, I'm past the stage of that. Well, I don't know. I've met some people recently that, in their 50s and 60s have met each other, and they're like a couple of, kids starting fresh together, starting a relationship together and a marriage. And, some people would say, oh, it was too late. I'm 60 years old and, divorced or lost a spouse, and, I'm just going to spend the rest of my life alone. And I hear that, and it makes me cringe. I'm like, no. There's never too late to start as long as you are breathing. If you're breathing and you can move and you can turn it around, and that's the key to it. Because sometimes, the thing is people go, well, it's a bigger fight. Okay, is it a bigger fight at 60 years old to get six-pack abs than it was when you were 20? Probably. But is it possible? All right, I'll use Dan Martell for an example. He's in his late 40s, but, always had a little bit of the puffy belly, whatever, and then decided he was going to do it, and linked it to his family's vacation, that if he didn't do it, they weren't going on vacation. But the dude got, boom, from a little pouchy to six-pack abs in like 6 weeks or something. I might be paraphrasing the time frame, but most people would say, no, that's beyond the reach. It's too late. What do you, and throw this in the chats, guys, what do you think that it's too late for you to do in life? What do you use possibly for that excuse of, well, I would, but it's too late. Too late to have another child. Too late to open a business. Too late to get fit. What is yours, guys? Put it in the chats if you would for me. I'm really interested to see what that is. And, it's like this morning in my example, if you guys are just tuning in, good morning. Say good morning. Let me know who's on. I see we got some people joining in. What we're talking about is, for the people who have just joined on, I saw a bunch come on. What we're talking about is it not being too late to do things in life, that the too late is truly an excuse. Oh, it's too late to have a child. No, it really isn't. And some people might say, well, physically it is. I'm past, whatever pause, whether it's the man or the woman or both. Okay, I could understand that physically maybe it is quote unquote too late to have a child, but you could adopt. Wow, what a noble idea is that? There's a child that would love a home. Love to have loving parents, and doesn't necessarily mean that you have to birth the child, and something like that. What about a business? Have you always had this great idea for a business, and, life happens, kids happen, work happens, family happens, and all of a sudden you find yourself 20 years later, 10 years later going, man, if I had started that business 10, 20 years ago, where would I be today? And where are you going to be tomorrow if you don't start it? Where are you going to be in the next 10? So you can't worry about the last 10. Now, I say that cautiously about not worrying about the last 10 years. You can't change the last 10 years. You can change the effect of it, okay? You could change the effect of what you did in the last 10 years and make sure your next 10 years are not the same. Hey, what's up, Jimmy Jackson? What's happening? I was up kind of your way over the weekend, buddy. I was up in the Mountain Door area. I would come visit you, but we were early morning to late night. But yeah, seriously, it's not too late for anything. That's the cool thing, guys. So what is, guys, throw it in the chat. What is that thing you've been putting off? What have you been putting off that you're meant for, or that you really want, or that you don't quite believe you could do it, but you would love to do it? What is it? When is today the time to take a little bit of action on that? What decisions can you make today to go, you know what? I'm going to step up and I'm going to take a step in the right direction. I'm going to decide today I want to have another baby. Maybe not. Okay, I'm not saying, that might be your decision. Or I want to start a business. Or you know what? You've been alone for a few years and you're going to say, you know what? I want a relationship. I'm gonna go find that real good relationship. Or I want to learn to speak another language. How many people have said, or play guitar, or run a race? Okay, I got the good backdrop for this today. Or, find your spirituality, whatever it is. What is it? That would have been a great idea, Jimmy, because I certainly could have helped. Certainly could have used the help, brother. I will, we'll talk next time out. That would be awesome to see you guys too. Miss you guys big time. But what is it? What is the one thing, guys, that you've put off, or you think it's too late? And you might say, well, what if I try it and I don't win, or I fail, or well, I offer you this. The one thing, and the deathbeds of people, or, if they're interviewed, their family members are asked, what was the greatest thing? What did your dad regret doing the most? What did your mom regret doing the most? Or what did you regret doing the most? Most people say, it's not what I regretted doing, it's what I regretted not doing. People in their end time most generally go, I don't regret what I've done. There might be some, I wasn't perfect, this, that, or the other. But usually if you ask somebody on their deathbed what they regret, it's not what they've done or the mistakes they made or the failed attempts at something. It was the things they did not do or try that they always wanted to. I always wish I had. I wish I had. I wish I had. Don't be an I wish I had when you hit your end time, guys. Sit there and go, you know what, I regret effing up a couple times. I made some mistakes. I lived this life. I pushed the envelope. I pushed the edges. But there's nothing more sad than going, I wish I had tried that. I wish I had done that. I wish I had really followed through with what? Your dream? The things you love? If you look at your children, what if you didn't ever make the decision to have them? Now, not everybody makes the decision. Sometimes it's a little bit of a surprise, and you go, uh-oh, something didn't arrive this month. And then it's the greatest gift in the world. You might be scared at first, going, oh my God, we didn't plan for this. I don't know what's good. I don't know what to expect. Do I read a parenting book? Nah. Yeah, you know what? If you love your kids, you figure it out. Do you make mistakes? Yeah. But again, is it better to make a mistake in raising your child and, maybe not be the perfect parent? Or is it better to just not even try and go, well, I'm not having a kid because I don't know if I can be a good parent? Well, nobody knows if they're going to be a good parent. You worry about these things. You get this tiny little life, given to you to raise and teach and lead. And you go, you don't have a handbook. You don't have a FAQ on the, like a computer. I can't type a button and you go, Daddy, it's time to feed me. Daddy, it's time to change my diaper. They don't talk when they come out. Okay? You got to figure it out. They go, and you got to figure out what that means. Okay? But that's pretty cool. That's a really beautiful part of being a parent. That's a really beautiful part about going into a business. You can sit there and study it. You can go to Business Harvard School, and you can go and you can take 20 different degrees, but until the day you open the doors of your business, you are not in business. What are you waiting for? Okay, I don't know which part of that, whether it's having a child, a business, a vacation you've wanted to take, and you go, well, we really can't afford that. We really can't take the time off. And then you're on your deathbed and you're going, well, I really wish I had seen Italy. Oy. Uh-oh. I got to hear my own words here on that one, right? No, seriously, what is it, guys? There's more. There's more. That's what if there's something I want to encourage you on this morning show, there is more out there for you. And I don't know what your more is. Your more may be different than my more. I don't, in this world, this is kind of funny because it just came to me, but I'm not trying to create a bunch of little mini coaches out there and, you got to do things exactly like I do or believe exactly like I do or want the same things I do. Okay, everybody's got different things they want, but there are things that you're going, it's too late, or you doubt, or this, or that, or you're afraid to fail. F, fear, okay? Because fear of failure is effing BS. That's a fully bad belief system, guys. What do you think I meant? No, seriously, it's BS. It's a bad belief system to fear everything. Get out there, do the things that you would. If you died tomorrow and you said, I wish I had, I wish I had, I wish I had, I wish I had, there it is. There's your list of what you need to do, okay? If you sit there and go, I don't know which direction I should go or what I should do next or what, boom. What are 5 things you'd regret today if you told you're not going to see tomorrow morning? Pretty impactful, huh? What would you say, oh my God, I would have done differently? Let me know, guys, on the replays and that. Let me know because I can help you with this stuff. All right, listen up. My clock is ticking this morning, so I am going to wish you the most amazing Monday ever. Thank you guys for being on this morning. I do appreciate you. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. Ciao for now. I'll see you guys on the next roundabout here. And have an amazing, amazing, amazing Monday, guys.
Ready to take it to the next level? Next level? tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lou himself. As Coach Lou always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.